Are you gonna hit me or something?
What the fuck I'ma hit you for, Samaya? I don't got no beef with you. Your beef is with me.
I don't even talk to you. What are you talking about?
I called you to make sure that you had a ride to work. I don't have to give a damn about you getting to work, Samaya.
No, you didn't. You told me that I had to pay you to get to work, and I
said, do you have some money? Because I don't have none. And then I said, Bug, I got $10. But what I'm trying to tell you for next time is that you can't depend on me to pay my money and my gas to get you to and from work. That's not my responsibility. You can't get mad because I'm telling you you got to buy your own food. You're an adult. That's not my responsibility.
So you're not my mom no more because
Bug, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to put your goddamn bill.
What have you helped me with? You haven't taught me how to drive. You haven't given me no money to put to school. You have not done nothing else.
When do you brush your teeth?
Okay, so what?
Who's been washing your
Okay,
goddamn
so as soon as I
clothes?
graduate, I'm supposed to
I've been taking care of you. I didn't tell you you had to leave.
Yes, you
I
did.
did not tell you you
Yes,
had
you
to leave.
did.
You said, I hate it here. I hate you. I want to hurry up and move out of here.
But then you
I
said I
didn't
had
come in
30
here and say,
days.
Bug, pack your shit and get the fuck out.
Yes, you did.
I never told you that.
Yes, you did.
No.
We can go to the messages. Yes, you did. You told me that 2 weeks ago that I had 30 days to
leave. You told me
leave.
that you was gonna go anyway, Bug. Well,
Okay.
you're supposed to be going
I
to
was
work.
coming
You
up
should
to
have never
leave.
take your ass to work. Why? Because you got fired. That's how I know you didn't
Because
even
of
go to
you.
work. No, because of you, Bug. Because
You
all
were
I
the
said
one
was
that told
Bug.
me.
Bug, how much money you make? How much money do you make?
Not $2,000. I barely
Listen
make
to-
$1,000 a month.
You make $1,000 a month.
Barely.
You told me you make $2,000 a month.
Barely.
But it doesn't even matter, Bug. All I asked for was $50 to $100 out of there. That
A
would
week.
still left you with.
A week.
No, I said when you get paid.
Every
50
week.
to 100. I didn't know when you got paid. That's why I asked you. Either way, you would still have a bulk of money left, Bug. All I said was help me.
So
You're
you-
causing me to have to pay gas.
Communication failure to prepare your kids for life, lack of respect for parents, and lack of patience for your kids. Mom, I mean, when you really think about what she's talking about, she's not wrong. She's not responsible for you getting to work. We don't know that the girl might be oversleeping and mom got to keep waking her up. Mom might have things planned. She might have places she need to be. So mom trying to help you keep your job and mom need the help, obviously, if she asking for money. So she's trying to make sure you get the work, right? Or and the fact that you as a young person making money, you think that you can still lean on mom and think your money is only your money, right? Mom is really upset. The daughter want to document it and pour the camera out, right? It's somebody else in the background, maybe a brother, right? And a lot of times, it don't even be about what they arguing about. It be about tension. When somebody reach the age of maturity, they graduate, they turn 18, they feel like, oh, I ain't gotta listen to you. I ain't gotta do what you say. But at the same time, they still want the same accommodations as a kid would get. You dig what I'm saying? When you're totally under mom or dad, right? The other side of this is, we gotta prepare our kids. A lot of that shit be our fault. And remember they used to ask you what you want to be when you grow up, right? And you say some shit like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an astronaut. But realistically, some people are factory bound. Some people are trade. It's bound to be in the trades. It's something they could do, but everybody's not going to be a doctor and a lawyer, right? It's nothing wrong with aiming high, but a lot of times these conversations don't come up depending on who you are. You could be ghetto trash, trailer trash, whatever kind of trash, and I mean that respectfully, where people don't have no goals, they just exist, right? Some people may depend on the government or got a little job and they just getting by, right? And they don't even look 5 feet in front of them to see what their future is. But experienced, seasoned parents, you know what I'm saying? What they're doing from their life experience, what they're doing is helping their kids plan their life. Then it's up to them ultimately to make the decisions and execute the plan. But you could give them some type of guidance, right? But when you say, hey, you want to do this, you want to do that, you need to go to school for this, you need to study that, whatever. But we try to keep them on track. And sometimes it's like a crash landing when the engines go out on the plane and the pilot still managed to land the plane without killing everybody, but he got them there. Sometimes it's like that, getting the kid to the other side. You know what I mean? But the other thing is, just because they turn 18, nothing unlocks in them. They was just 17 the day before. You can't automatically say, hey, you got to pay this, you got to pay that. It's not the kid's fault that you're not financially stable. And that's why a lot of these young people make the argument that they didn't ask to be here. I mean, personally, and I know other people who do the same thing. Hey, you keep 80%, you save 80% of your money, and you can keep 20%. I don't need nothing from you. Only way you gotta give me something if you deviate from this 80% that you gotta save. You could put out that 80%, you could put 30, 40% of it in the stock market and keep another in a savings account. You know what I'm saying? And let your kids build up their finances, a couple of $1,000s in the bank, maybe 20, 30,000. Because the reality of it is, if they just working and not going to school and anything, right? And they living with you and they about to just do their own thing. If they starting out, they not gonna make a whole lot of money. They barely ain't gonna be able to afford to do anything. They can't afford the car. You know what I'm saying? So helping them out shouldn't be a big deal. You should want to help them out, right? And they get to save that money, that initial money. Don't let them buy no car and go broke and be new car broke or used car broke. Let them save their money. Help them out. The catching the bus build character. It ain't gonna kill you, or whatever, right? But when they get a little bit money saved, a year or two into working, they moved up a little bit, kind of got some direction in their life, got a little money saved. They ain't got no kids. They ain't on drugs. They ain't drunk. Maybe you help them out with the vehicle next. Now they got a little bit money saved, so everything they got ain't going into a car, or you know what I mean? They got money saved. They looking at their portfolio. Oh, I made money. So it's like, it got to be some type of life plan and some type of guidance from the parent. Not know once you turn 18, you got your hand out. And to be honest with you, like, what type of job that she got? $50. If she just turned 18, right? What's she making? $15 an hour? It depends on what the minimum wage is. Don't you want them to save up and be better than you? You want to pull them the fuck back down? And I don't mean no disrespect, for real. Like, the energy here, and I can see that the kid is grown to a certain degree, the back and forth, right? A little bit, right? I can see, as a parent, I don't want all that. I don't care if you're grown. Your parent gonna be your parent no matter what. Respect them. However, as a parent, you still got to manage your emotions and your feelings when you're talking to your kids. I know firsthand. I got 3 young adults. My youngest is 18. And it can be hard and it can be challenging, right? And you gotta be level headed when you're talking to them, because they are people. They're your children, but they are people. And then for some reason, when you talk to them, it's gonna be more emotional. You're gonna unlock something. They're gonna get teary. It's gonna get the whole everything. You miss baseball practice, all that's coming out every time. You know what I mean? So you gotta know how to navigate your kids' feelings when you're trying to help them, and don't hold it against them, because it's not easy. I remember when I came home from prison. I got in the trades. I didn't have a car. Um, the guy I worked with was giving me rides and stuff, right? Trying to do the right thing. And he was like, the hardest time in your life is between 18 and 25. And I was maybe 22, 23. I think I was like 22. But and it was like I didn't really I was in the middle of that. And he wasn't wrong. The same way they say you don't really start earning money in your career till you hit your 40s. Or like when they say a fool at 40 is a fool forever. It is true when it comes to these numbers based on life experiences and statistics. But the point of the matter is you have to be patient with your kids. You can't just throw them out. Now, there has to be a balance now. Is one thing that, hey, I help you build up. And then you gotta go out here, sink or swim, right? But we got you so um okay that you ain't gonna sink, right? But you can't stay with me forever. And now you got more money and more leverage than me. You trying to get slick, wait for me to die to keep my shit. We got to set our kids up though. And ultimately, yes, it is up to them to make the right decisions. But we don't have to demand right away. Like they still need help. What changed when you turn 18? Nothing. You go to jail. Like what really changed? You got to be patient with your kids. Like have a plan. Like granted, they ain't you know how girls are. Like you don't like them. They all these hormones and all that. It's hard with your son. Every child want to have some shit with them. But you're their parent. Who else should give them grace other than you? And you could be hard on them to a certain degree when there's some lesson to learn. But just being hard for the sake of being hard because our grandmother said she had to walk 10 miles barefooted to school. No. So now you got to walk fucking 20 miles. No. I crawled so you could walk. I paved the way. That's how it is. I grew up down the projects. You understand? Where they laughed at people for having jobs, be selling drugs. People shoot to be shot, get to be got. Murder, kill. Guess who kids didn't grow up in that? And that's the way it works. I move, probably, I'm not rich, obviously, but a better neighborhood. Now I'm in a better situation, better schools, to as though now my kids could do better than me and their kids do better than them. I'm not going to try to hold my kid back because I'm petty. Oh, I need $50. You ain't, you can't eat nothing if you don't buy it. Now, and you might have a greedy son. Sons eat all your shit. You go in the refrigerator, your shit gone. That's just regular stuff. They've been doing that since they was a teenager. Now, because you're 18, it's like, yeah. That's why a lot of people, man, when they get out, they don't come back. One thing for sure, two things for certain. As a kid, when I was young, and I'm 44 years old, I did not forget. And I don't be around them. I did not forget. And that's not even holding a grudge. So you got to remember, mom, dad, one day you're going to be old. And that kid going to be the one to say, hey, you sitting there looking at that ceiling in the hospital. Are we going to take them off of life support? Take her off life support? Yeah, take her off. But we just got to remember that life ain't easy. And remember who you was when you was 18, when you was 17, and ain't shit changed. But today, you still got things to figure out. And all these kids are not the same. They're gonna make different decisions. They're gonna make mistakes. Oh, it just that means that's like saying because you 18 now, I'm not a parent. Nah, you're my kid forever. So what that mean? It's different levels to life. Cause you always gonna be whatever that age gap between y'all, you're gonna have that much more experience. So when they get to certain hurdles and certain benchmarks, you're gonna be there. When they have their first kid, you're going to be there. When they get married, you're going to be there. When they having problems in that marriage, you're going to be there because you experienced it. When they have problems with your grandkid, you'll be there because you experienced it. It ain't kick them out the door. And a lot of times, yo, we be fucking passing trauma down to these children. It's ways to go about making them be responsible. It's ways about, hey, this is the plan. You working, you gotta give this, keep that, save this. Boom. If you're gonna be in here. Take the trash out, this, that, and the third. I know you 18. I don't want nobody in here after 10 o'clock. It's rules and boundaries, and respect me. Because it goes both ways. It's not just the responsibility of the parent. Everybody in the situation got to play their part, play their role, and do what they supposed to do. It's just that simple. We be dragging each other out, man. Family ain't family no more. It's hard. I go through it like they could get older and still be doing stupid stuff. Then you just gotta remember, man, they still trying to figure it out. Give your kids grace. Grace. Say it with me. Grace. Give them grace. Also, plan. Help plan. Even if they don't stick to it. Some type of plan. So when things don't go as planned, you ask them what's plan B. And then they come up with something themselves.